My name is Grace. I'm 75 years old, and I need to tell you the truth about something nobody wants to discuss. They've been feeding you a story. Your friends, the media, even your own doctor. They've convinced you that after a certain age, physical intimacy ends, and with it, everything that makes you feel alive. They told you to accept it, to move on, to focus on other things. I spent years believing that story, years feeling like something vital had been stolen from me, years thinking I was somehow defective because I couldn't just age gracefully the way I was supposed to. But here's what I finally figured out. That entire story is backwards. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what actually happens. Not the sanitized version, not the version that makes everyone comfortable, the real one. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a sexuality expert. I'm just a woman who lived through the confusion and came out the other side with clarity I wish I'd had 20 years ago. So if you're approaching 60, past 60, or already deep into your 70s and wondering what's normal, what's okay, what you're allowed to feel, this is for you. Stay with me. Let me start with a question. What scared you most about getting older? Be honest. For me, it wasn't death. It wasn't even losing my independence. It was the fear of becoming invisible, of no longer being seen as a woman, of losing that spark that made me feel desirable, wanted, connected to another person in that particular way. When I turned 62, my body started changing in ways I wasn't prepared for. My doctor handed me pamphlets. My friends made jokes about hot flashes and dryness. Everyone acted like this was just the natural order of things. Your body shuts down that part of your life, and you're supposed to smile and say, well, I had my time. But nobody told me the whole truth. Nobody explained that, yes, things change, but the story doesn't end there. It transforms into something nobody warned me could be better. Here's what actually happened. After my husband passed when I was 68, I assumed that chapter was permanently closed. Not just because I was alone, but because I'd internalized the message that women my age don't have those feelings anymore. That wanting physical closeness at 68 was somehow inappropriate, desperate, sad. I spent 2 years believing I was broken for still wanting to be touched, for still feeling desire, for still wanting to feel attractive to someone. Then something shifted. I started talking to other women my age, really talking, not the polite surface conversations we usually have. And I discovered something shocking. Almost all of us felt the same way. We all thought we were alone in still wanting intimacy. We were all hiding it, ashamed, believing we were the only ones. That's when I realized the real problem wasn't our bodies or our desires. It was the silence, the shame, the story we'd been told about what women our age are supposed to want. So here are the truths I learned, the ones I wish someone had told me at 60. First, your body changing doesn't mean your capacity for pleasure disappears. It means you have to learn a new language. When I was younger, everything was urgent, fast, almost frantic. Now, at 75, intimacy moves slower. It requires more patience, more communication, more creativity. But that slowness It actually allows for deeper connection. I know my body better now than I did at 30. I know what I need. I'm not afraid to ask for it. That's power, not loss. Second, desire doesn't vanish. It just stops being the driving force every single day. And that's actually freeing. When I was younger, sexual attraction felt like this constant pressure, this thing I had to perform. Now, at 75, desire comes in waves. Some months I feel it strongly. Other months, I don't think about it at all. And both are completely fine. I'm not broken when I don't feel it. I'm not abnormal when I do. Third, intimacy and sex are not the same thing, but you don't lose either one. This is crucial. Physical intimacy, being held, touched, kissed, desired, that doesn't have an expiration date. Neither does passion. Neither does feeling attractive. What changes is how those things manifest. A man I dated at 71 told me I was beautiful, and I felt it in a way I never did when I was 25 and heard it all the time, because now I believed it. Now, I wasn't performing beauty for approval. I just was. Fourth, you're allowed to want this. You're allowed to pursue it. You're allowed to feel desire at 65, 70, 75, 80, and beyond. Society will make you feel like you're being ridiculous, inappropriate, like you should just act your age. But here's the truth. Acting your age means living fully at whatever age you are. It means not dimming your light because other people are uncomfortable. It means refusing to disappear. Fifth, being without a partner doesn't mean being without sensuality. This one took me the longest to understand. After my husband died, I thought physical pleasure was over because I didn't have a partner. But I learned that wasn't true. I learned that self-pleasure isn't just for the young, that taking care of my own needs isn't sad or desperate. It's self-care. It's honoring the fact that I'm still alive, still capable of joy, still deserving of pleasure. So what does my life look like now at 75? It looks nothing like what I expected at 60. Some days I feel desire. Some days I don't. Some days I meet someone interesting and feel that spark of attraction, and I don't apologize for it. I don't hide it. I allow myself to enjoy it. I take care of my body, not out of shame, but out of respect. I dress in ways that make me feel attractive, not for anyone else, but because it makes me feel alive. I have conversations with my doctor about my needs without embarrassment. I refuse to be invisible. And here's what I've discovered. The women I know who are thriving in their 70s and 80s are the ones who refuse to accept that story about shutting down. They're the ones who kept their sensuality alive in whatever form that took for them. They're the ones who decided they were still allowed to want things, to feel things, to be seen as whole human beings with needs and desires. The women I know who are struggling are the ones who believed the lie, who shut themselves down because they thought they were supposed to, who felt ashamed for still having feelings, who disappeared into the background because that's what society expected. Here's what I need you to understand. Life after 60, after 70, after the physical changes happen, it's not the end of intimacy. It's not the end of desire. It's not the end of feeling attractive or wanted or alive in that particular way. It's a transformation. And yes, it requires adjustment. It requires letting go of how things used to be. It requires honesty, communication, sometimes medical help, often creativity. But it's not a door closing, it's a door opening to something different. Something that can be just as fulfilling, just as beautiful, just as powerful as anything you experienced when you were younger. I wasted years believing I was broken, years feeling ashamed, years thinking I was the only one still feeling desire at my age. I wasn't broken. I was lied to. And so were you. If this resonates with you, please share it. Not for me, but for every woman who's sitting alone right now, feeling like she's the only one, feeling like something's wrong with her, feeling like she's not allowed to want intimacy anymore. Because the silence is what's killing us. The shame is what's making us invisible. And we deserve better than that. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.